Negroni week has finally arrived. Tonight we're going to make a Negroni variation I created. It's called the Lamborgotti Fasterossa. It's named after a sports card featured on the 2005 Simpsons episode The Italian Bob, where the Simpsons go to Italy to pick up a car for Mr. Burns. I don't think a classic Negroni would be Homer Simpson's cup of tea. That's one part of each of these ingredients: gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. I have a video on that which I'll link to below. I think Homer would enjoy this lighter version, especially since I'm going to top it off with Duff. Back to the Simpsons and their Italian adventure. After Mr. Burns orders a Lamborgotti Fasterossa from the factory in Italy, he tasks Homer with picking up the vehicle and driving it to the port.
A Lamborgotti Fasterossa? That's the car I think about when I make love to my wife.
Yes, I need you to pick up my car at the factory in Italy and ship it directly back to me. I'll save thousands in taxes.
You're sending me to Italy?
Yes.
This car is the ultimate marriage of design and technology.
Of course, Homer proceeds to wreck the car twice.
Truck. Mozzarella, Parmigiano, Provolone, Pecorino, Gorgonzola, Fortino, Taleggio, Bocconcini!
Don't worry, we got the cheese insurance.
I'm not sure what's more tragic, the damage to the Fasterossa or the loss of cheese. The only sensible thing to do after a cheese-related accident like this is to make a cocktail. I'm going to start out with 1.5 ounces or 45 milliliters of gin. Next, since this is a light and refreshing version of the Negroni, we're going to use this Luxardo Bitter Bianco instead of the traditional Campari. I'm going to use 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of it. Finally, I'm going to add 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters of dry vermouth. I'm going to mix these since it's pretty much all booze. I'm going to keep mixing this until I see some condensation forming on the mixing glass. I'm going to serve this over ice so we can top it off with our Duff. I'm going to put a couple of these large rocks in. Now this is not an alcoholic beverage, it's not a beer, it's just an orange sparkling beverage. It's called Duff à l'Orange. Stir that just a little bit. And I think that gives it almost gives it the traditional Negroni color. It's a little lighter. And I'm going to stick a couple orange wedges down into the drink. There we have it, our Lamborgotti Fasterossa. That works really well. The orange flavor of the soda is actually perfect for this. It's kind of like a Negroni spritz. Like I said, if you'd like to see me make a classic Negroni, check out my full Negroni episode of One Drink 3 Bars. Not only will you learn to make the classic Negroni, but we'll visit 3 different bars to explore more Negroni variations. I'll put a link to that in the description below, as well as a link to the One Drink 3 Bars Negroni playlist. As always, if you like this content, subscribe and hit that bell. I hope you're enjoying Negroni Week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers! And I think Homer would really like this. Testing, do a test.
Negroni Week has finally arrived.